Let's talk about the Democrats for now.
We didn't say that.
Here is a party who sends their activists out and have people chattering on TV and chattering on talk radio about voter disenfranchisement if you make somebody show a picture of themselves. This same party tells voters to go straight to hell when they select somebody by 12 percentage points and end up letting the other candidate who lost by 12 percentage points win the most delegates. That, by definition, is voter disenfranchisement. So it is a rigged system on the Democratic side, even worse than the Republican side. And I don't know why Democratic voters put up with it.
If you say those are the rules, I'm gonna lunge at you.
I agree with everything you said, except I wouldn't say it's rigged. It's not rigged. It's disenfranchisement. It's not one person, one vote.
What do you call it when voters going to the voting booth doesn't matter
at all?
A messed
up system.
That is a rigged.
It's not rigged.
It is a system rigged against voters. It's a system rigged against people that go to voting booths. It's a system rigged against people that go out to caucuses. It is a system that is rigged in favor of the rich and the powerful and the politically connected. Bernie Sanders wins by 12 percentage points. So he wins 56 to 44. Now let's look at the delegate count.
You didn't get any super
Put him up. Okay. And after winning by 12 percentage points,
he's losing.
He loses Wyoming,
he's losing
where it counts by 4 delegates, 11 to 7. Now, John Heilman, if that is a system that is not rigged against voters and rigged in favor of the rich and powerful, please tell me one that is.
All right, so as you can see, the complete lunacy going on with this last Wyoming primary and the DNC just handing it to Clinton. They're just going to give her the White House. The reason everybody in America should be scared is because this is showing you your votes don't matter. It does not matter if you're voting Kasich or Trump or Sanders or Clinton. She's going to get the nom. Hillary Clinton has been given the White House. The Koch brothers, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all the elite need her in there. She's their puppet, and she's just going to keep everybody moving forward under this awful tyranny we live under right now, and I don't know how everybody in the world doesn't see it. If you elect Bernie Sanders, he is going to fight for the people, and if he can't get things to work, he is going to show us, the people, that our government is working hard against us, the people. So Bernie Sanders is by far the healthiest choice for any smart thinking man, because he's really going to speak to us like we're equals, and he's going to give us justice, and he's going to get fucking 80% of the marijuana possession charges dropped, and so people are going to be let out of prison. I think a lot of crazy cool stuff would happen under Bernie Sanders. I think we'd also start to wake up to the corruption in our government because Bernie Sanders would be telling us about it. We have people like Elizabeth Warren who work closely with him, and then the woman running for the Green Party, Jill Stein. Look her up. Fucking incredible. I'm telling you, there are good people out there working in politics. However, if you also vote Trump, you're going to get a similar outcome with very different tactics. So what's going to happen with Trump victory is, just because, same with Bernie Sanders, he is not controlled by political money. He has his own. The Koch brothers are terrified of him, along with the RNC and the DNC. And rightfully so, because he shoots from the hip. And granted, a lot of the shit he says is awful. He is a dictator at heart, and he's moronic, and he's stupid, and he doesn't know how to run a country. And I would never support him. However, if the DNC continues to parade this facade in front of us where, just like in Wyoming, Bernie Sanders won the popular vote, okay? He won by 12% of the popular vote. That means most of the people in Wyoming voted for Bernie Sanders. However, delegate count, he lost because they gave more delegates to Hillary. And that's the stuff. They're stealing this election. They're doing it little by little so that we aren't outraged, right? So we aren't protesting in the streets and we don't stop it. They're going to get away with it because they did it in 2000. They gave the victory to Bush when really Al Gore won. So you can start to think, do we like the delegate system? No. Do we like superdelegates? A fuck no. I mean, honestly, the DNC is a fucking corrupt system. And for them to pretend that we're all supposed to unite in the party. You can fuck yourself, because I would never back Hillary Clinton. And I, standing here today, will tell you I will vote for fucking Trump. If you fucking people dare me, if you people continue to support this warhawk, closeted fucking fearmonger, because she is backed with blood money, taking money for the Clinton Foundation from Saudi Arabian interests, I'm sorry, the most Sharia law-abiding Arab nation, and then you're gonna give sanctions to bomb Yemen, the poorest Arab nation, you can fuck yourself. You fucking dyke. I hate her, and I love when the people come out and say, oh my god, you're such a misogynist. Are you fucking kidding me? This person doesn't have a feminine bone in her body. She is a warhawk robot. Like, literally, if you think she is pro-women, you're insane. Look at her voting record. She changes her mind when it's cool to do so, according to Wall Street and Goldman Sachs. I mean, this bitch can't think for herself if she wanted to. She has no balls, she has no backbone, she's a puppet. And I would tell this to her face. She is never going to be my president. I would never look at Hillary Clinton as the leader of a fucking free world country. You've got to be out of your fucking mind. Her past alone should show you why you shouldn't vote for her. But if that isn't enough, the fact that the DNC is giving her the nom, the fact that the DNC is pushing that this whole time Hillary Clinton's been the front runner, that's unfair, that's biased, that's not good journalism. The fact that Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the person who worked on Hillary Clinton's campaign as chair in 2008, is now running the DNC. I wonder where the bias fucking comes from. Fuck you all. I hope that no matter what happens after this electoral process, there is no longer a two-party system. Because let's face it, progressives are the new Democrats of the country, Democrats are the new Republicans of the country, and Republicans are the new batshit fucking crazies. I cannot speak to Republicans. And for people to have the audacity to get on television programs in the daytime and back Republicans, y'all are fucking nuts. I had some little bit of respect for people like Candace Cameron Bure or Nicole Wallace from The View, those two girls, or what's the other one who has absolutely no personality and she's going to get fired? She's on there right now. She sits to the left of Raven. See, I can't even remember her. She's so forgettable. But anyway, these are all Republican women, and you're going to get buried. You're going to get buried because you're insane. You are working against humanity. For anybody speaking, you want to make the borders harder to get into, fuck you, you don't own this land. You are lucky there weren't strengthened borders when your great-grandparents came here, aren't ya? This is land of the free, home of the brave, and all I'm seeing is fucking land of the tyranny, home of the enslaved. Like, nobody here is fighting for justice. Nobody here is speaking their mind. Nobody's a free thinker anymore. We're all just dumbed down. All the fluoride in our water has made us complete slaves. One of two nations that has a constitutional right to bear arms, and we're fighting to get rid of it. Do you understand that the right to bear arms is to completely perform a coup against your own government, and that is your given right via the founding fathers? And how dare our government in 2016 think they're smarter than the founding fathers, the fucking freedom fighters who found this country, and yet we're supposed to believe people like Ted Cruz. I cannot stand looking at that man. Everybody in the Republican Party is a fucking nut job, and for them to even think they're patriotic, you are so unpatriotic that I cannot believe we are not throwing you into prison. I cannot believe people like George W. Bush and his father aren't in prison for war crimes. 9/11, 2001, that whole fiasco, he should be rotting away in a jail cell. He was behind all that. There's corruption, and it's deep-seated, and nobody's talking about it because everybody wants to throw that word around. Conspiracy theorist. I'm sorry, it's not a conspiracy when it's factual. And there's information on the internet that you are too scared to look for because you're so comfortable sitting in your impoverished town, which could be flourishing if you found out this information, with your dumbed down education, but it's okay because your kid's gonna have better in their No, they're not. No, they're not. You're helping wash away the better that they could have. You're dumbing down the education, you're poisoning the food, you're letting all the land be taken. And it's by our government. It's by government, it's by big agro, it's by all these Monsanto and chemically driven companies, it's fossil fueling. Everything bad for the planet is everything we're pouring money into right now. War? We need war! We're American, right? We bleed red, white, and blue. Well, no we don't. We're so unpatriotic. We're the only ones starting war across the country. Only first world nations are starting wars around the country. And I'm sorry, if you buy into ISIS, you're a fucking moron. They did the same thing with Al-Qaeda back in 2000. We paid for it. The US government paid for this shit. Trained them, supplied them with vehicles, supplied them with arms. And then they're gonna boast that they're getting so fucking terrifyingly strong and they're so good on the internet. I'm sorry, but like, I get my Twitter account or my Facebook shut off when I post inappropriately, which, by the way, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, a fucking titty shot isn't inappropriate. That's nudity. That's human. Okay? So stop banning pictures of African women, tribal women, with their tits out, but then you let Miley Cyrus have her tits out. Or you fucking let Justin Bieber have his dick out. That's fucking white privilege. If you want to talk privilege, have some money, and then you have privilege. That's all you need. But anyway, this is something serious. It really is. It's something serious. Hillary Clinton is corrupt. She's corruption at its peak. If you are voting for her, you have not thought about this election. You have not thought about your future. You have not looked into the past, and you're afraid of facts. So until you're ready to do your research and really back a candidate that has strong values, morals, and will work for the people, i.e. Bernie Sanders, then just know that other Democrats, people who do support Bernie Sanders, will be voting for Trump in protest, because I absolutely refuse to take the establishment's puppet of a candidate. I refuse. I refuse to live the life my mom allowed for herself. I refuse. So, figure it out, America. Figure it the fuck out. Pay attention. Ask more questions, and really look at Hillary Clinton. Why is she becoming more angry? Why at first did the DNC make it so there were only 3 debates compared to the Republicans who had like 6 or 9? Bernie Sanders had to fight to get more debates. How come Hillary Clinton wouldn't debate in New York? Bernie Sanders had to force her into debating in New York. This is all because she's running scared. She is terrified because the establishment told her she was getting the White House. She went into this knowing she was getting the White House. Bill Clinton is fucking terrified and backing her, and it's going to make him look bad. His points are going to go down. I don't know if anybody pays attention to that, but the popularity of a president lasts forever. It's kind of like this weird Mean Girls game we play with presidents in their lives even after they're out of office. But we talk about their popularity. Bill Clinton's is fastly plummeting, and for anybody in the black or gay community to support the Clintons, I can't talk to you all. Like, the reason so many black people are in jail right now is because of Bill Clinton and his laws in the 90s and the war on drugs and the war on the African American community. And then any gay supporting the Clintons, I'm sorry, but Bill Clinton never stood for gay rights, and Hillary Clinton only stood for gay rights in 2003 after pushed into it. She had to be coerced into voting for gay rights in favor. And weirdly, Bernie Sanders has been fighting for African American and gay rights since anybody has fought for African American or gay rights. So something to take into consideration, because I can't keep having the same conversation with y'all. I don't know what political debates you're watching. I don't know how you're looking at these candidates, but it is not with criticism, and it is not with this. You're not using your brain. I mean, I cannot fathom why anybody at this point would be backing anyone other than Bernie Sanders, except for the people who back Trump. And the only reason I say that is because Trump is giving the same message as Bernie, just the opposite spectrum. Bernie's running on love, Trump's running on hate and anger. So I understand why people relate to Trump, because he's not lying to his people. Hillary Clinton's a liar. And if you try to defend her, you're defending lies. So you just don't make sense to me. Anyway, think about all this information. Look into who these people are. Please, a quick Google search on Hillary Clinton's past corruptions will bring up so many pages of articles you won't even have time. So investigate. Do your job. And stop trying to tell people who say that if Hillary Clinton's elected, they want to leave the country. Because yes, that is the wrong way to think, because she is taking away this amazing country. You should be fighting to stay here. Anybody voting for Hillary Clinton should have to leave the country. Those people who say, oh, well, then you can leave the country because I like her. Well, no, you're an anti-patriot. You are going against your country. And it's treason. She is a treasonous candidate, and if she becomes president, she will go down in history as just another puppet. Just another puppet. I feel like we've only had like 2 real for the people's presidents, and that's Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy, and they both have their faults. And I don't even know if Abraham Lincoln was as good of a man as we all think. Honest Abe, I don't think that was real. Anyway, think about it, talk about it, get discussions going, leave comments below. I hope to hear from you. Anywho, take care of yourselves. Peace out. Feel the motherfucking burn, yo.